Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, I'm a little late on the take here, but my Wrestlemania 37 review. Whew. Had a lot to take in over those 2 days for WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw, NXT Tuesday night, Smackdown hasn't happened yet. So we're going to get to this show. The one thing that I didn't think I'd ever see for a wrestling show, a 30-minute rain delay. This is what happens when you hold a wrestling event in Florida outside. It was just god-awful. Seeing the announcers in ponchos getting rained on, and then them having to delay. It was just and then the impromptu interviews backstage that weren't really in character. It's like, what? So we finally have the first match. We have the WWE title on line. We have champion Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Now, when this show first was announced, and they talked about either this match opening or Sasha and Bianca opening, and they decided Sasha and Bianca would go on last. Great, fine with that. You know what? The first entrance with fans, Drew McIntyre, perfect. No, the first entrance with fans, yeah, we had Vince come out and thank the fans for being there. Okay, I'm down with that. He had everybody on stage. My only problem was when you have all these wrestlers on stage who hate each other, they're standing there next to each other, not killing each other. Okay, fine. Then you had the host come out, Tyler O'Neill and Hulk Hogan. The irony of that one. We all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Then we had Drew McIntyre come out. Okay, fine. Yeah, there was a pop when Drew came out. Fans were just happy to be back in the arena. WWE in front of fans. I'm all for it. This match was actually pretty good. Bobby Lashley got the victory. I give it 3 1/4. I was kind of shocked that Drew didn't win, but I have a feeling that WrestleMania Backlash. Are you kidding me right now, guys? I think that's where Drew gets his victory back there. I think there was a reason Bobby Lashley started the show. Same way there's a reason that Sasha and Bianca finished the show. Next up, we had the Women's Tag Title Turmoil match. The winner of this goes on to night 2 to face Shayna and Nia Jax. We had Naomi and Lana come out. And then the next was Carmella and Billie Kay. They won over those two. And then the Riott Squad come out. They won. Then Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke came out. Mandy fell walking down to the ring. Really? Wow. It was a wet spot. So 1, 2, 3 teams came down before you. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre came down. But there was a wet spot. Mandy fell. Whatever. This match was pretty much trash. Natalya and Tamina got the victory. 2.5 star. Yeah. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro next. Good little match. It was a freaking Smackdown match. Cesaro got the victory. I gave it 3.5. Then we had the Raw Tag Titles on the line. We had champion The New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. Omos did like 4 moves. I give the match 2.5. Yeah. Really? I mean, AJ and Omos, the tag team champions. AJ is now a Grand Slam winner in WWE. I love it, but yeah. Next. Oh, we had the steel cage match. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. So, Shane's on the outside of the cage. Braun rips the cage to get a hold of Shane. I mean, the monster among men's not stupid. He beat Shane. 2 1/4 star. Then we had the Bad Bunny match. The money match. Bad Bunny and Damien Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison. Now, Bad Bunny's entrance was freaking badass. He's on a semi, driving down the road on top of a semi, comes in the arena with that. I loved it. Thought that was great. The match itself was good. I give it 3 star. But seeing Bad Bunny hit a Canadian Destroyer on Morrison, I loved it. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was watchable. It was comical. It was entertaining. Bad Bunny and Damien getting the victory. Seeing all the promotions for Bad Bunny's next tour in 2022. Tripp going, hey, you did this. He hands him a briefcase. The briefcase has got a cool looking mic in it. And it shows him getting on top of the semi. And the briefcase is 2022 and talk about his tour and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. And then we get to the main event. On night one, we had Smackdown Women's Champion Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. These women went out and tore the house down. This is what a main event should be. Fantastic. One of the best women's matches in WrestleMania history. I rewatched it. After I initially watched it, I give it 4.25. I ended at 4.25. I started like 3 and 3.5. I'm like, and I've seen some stuff online. I'm like, nah, it's better than let me rewatch it. That's something I'm starting to find myself doing more. Is rewatching some of these matches and okay, maybe I missed something or something. Some of the older stuff. But yeah, I rewatched this. I give it 4.25. I thought it was great. Bianca Belair, I think is gonna make a great champion. Watching her progress from the Mae Young Classic through NXT to the main roster to main event in WrestleMania, which was awesome. Then we start with night 2 of WrestleMania. We had Randy Orton and The Fiend. The Fiend's not burned anymore? Yeah, that happened. Randy Orton won. 2.5 star. Enough said. WWE Women's Tag Titles on the line. We had champion Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Natalya and Tamina. Yeah, retained. Enough said on that one. 2.5 star. Next up, we had Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. It was a good match. It was a SmackDown match, but it was a good match. Kevin Owens got the victory. 3.25. Next up, we had the United States title line. We had champion Riddle versus Sheamus. For some weird reason, we put the title on Sheamus. Why are we giving Sheamus the U.S. title? I don't know why. 3.25 star match. Then we had the Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental title. Champion Big E versus Apollo Crews. And just like I said in the preview, Apollo Crews is going to win this. I've said it for a couple shows now, so it's bound to be right eventually. I give it 2.5. Next up, we had the Raw Women's title on the line. We had champion Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley comes in with vignettes. I challenge you for the title. Here's the title. I mean, match was good, don't get me wrong. I give it 3.25. I want to see the next. I want to see these two, Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and now Charlotte involved. As we've seen on Raw, Charlotte came out. We've seen that she attacked them both, so she's kind of heel. I like that. I like Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. I think that's going to be great. Maybe a triple threat at WrestleMania Backlash. That'd be cool too. Again, I give it 3.25. Rhea Ripley, your new Raw Women's Champion. Main event, triple threat for the Universal title. Champion Roman Reigns versus the Royal Rumble winner Edge versus Daniel Bryan. This match, as me and J-Man were talking about it, it ranked right there with WrestleMania 20 main event. Benoit, Triple H, and Shawn. I ended about 4.5 on this. Here's why. Uso got involved. I hate having outside interference like that. I did not like the ending. I'm fine with Roman winning. We're building Roman up. The head of the table. That's all fine and dandy, him winning. But pinning both of them? What does that do? I mean, he's better than both of them? Yeah, he was this night. That's what I like about WrestleMania 20 minute. There was no outside interference. That's why I went 4.5 on it. Overall match quality, great. Excellent. Again, one of the top main events in WrestleMania history. But where do we go from here? That's the biggest thing with WWE right now. We don't have a lot of where do we go from here. We have a lot of question marks. Now, will some of those question marks get answered at WrestleMania Backlash? Maybe. Do we do a one-on-one here? Do we do a triple threat? Is it maybe Daniel Bryan versus Edge and the winner faces Roman? Where do we go? We already know we're getting Drew versus Bobby Lashley. Because Drew beat Randy and King Corbin or somebody else on Raw. We don't build to WrestleMania like we used to. Used to, the night after WrestleMania was when the huge things happened. We got Charlotte, we got the Viking Raiders. And then we get a bunch of releases this week, today. Joe got released, Billy Kay got released, Mickie James, Tucker, Kalisto. So it's just like, WWE, do you know what you're doing? Andrade got released a few weeks ago. It's like they want to do all this. They want to be the top dog. But to be honest with you, you're giving us scraps. You're not giving us stuff for sink your teeth into. That's going to wrap up the WrestleMania 37 review. As always, thanks for watching our Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content. Now, stay tuned to Robert Sports Show in the next few days. During WrestleMania weekend, there was 2. GCW, the Collective Remix, had 12 shows. IWTV, Independent Wrestling TV, had 14 shows. Over the next few days, over the weekend, I'm going to finish watching all these shows. I'm going to review both. I'm going to do some best matches and some guys to look out for. Now, if you're looking for something to watch, look up Lee Moriarty or Jordan Oliver. 2 guys from the Collective and IWTV shows, the Showcase, that are the next level. They are the guys who I want to see move up and finally get to the main big leagues, as I call it. But yeah, stay tuned to that. I can't wait to do those videos this weekend. I've been finishing up on those shows, and there was, 26 shows total? I'm about halfway through. Lots of good matches, but yeah, definitely check it out this weekend. As always, have a great day.